Do you believe you're unlovable? Has every relationship you've gone into failed? Do you always blame yourself for relationships failing? Do you truly believe in your heart that you are not worthy of somebody else loving you because you are broken or not put together quite right? Well, my friend, something you need to realize is there's nothing wrong with you. There's just something wrong with the way you are viewing yourself. Welcome back to Soul Synergy Life. My name's Amanda, and I help people to spiritually heal and grow. And this video resonates with me, which is why I wanted to make it, because I know there is a ton of other people who feel the exact same way that I did for far too long. You are not unlovable. You just haven't learned to love yourself. Now, if you're anything like me, you're rolling your eyes thinking, oh God, I do love myself. Gosh, I've heard that so much. People used to tell me that all the time, and I thought, I'm working out, I'm eating healthy, I give myself facials, I'm walking, like I'm journaling. I love myself. Like, quit telling me to love myself before I can be in another relationship. I just want to be in a relationship. I want somebody to love me. And that's denial, you guys. I talk about this all the time. Denial is freaking real. And I really didn't love myself because I didn't even know what it meant to love myself. It's not just saying I love myself. It's not just taking care of yourself physically. Loving yourself comes from inside. And that is pertaining to every part of you. That's loving your flaws. That's loving your weaknesses. That's loving your past. That's loving every part of you, not just the you right now. If you can't love yourself completely and every even not so great part about yourself, if you can't truly, purely love that, God is going to continue bringing people into your life until you learn. And if you never learn, you will probably end up alone and questioning, why don't you have a family? Why couldn't anybody love me the way I deserved? It's because you don't love yourself. And that is so sad. And I'm hoping that this video can help you to reconnect with yourself and understand what it means to be loved. But in addition to that, this video is really going to focus on how you already are loved. Even if you don't love yourself in this moment, you are loved. And the only love that really matters is God's love. Now, I'm not going to get all preachy with you. I am somebody who is very into her faith, because without faith, I wouldn't have all the beliefs I do in the universe. I wouldn't have this connection with, the spiritual realm. I wouldn't have all this without God. So I don't even go to church, because my church is connecting with nature and through God that way. It is connecting in my home. So I'm not going to get all preachy and start, spitting Bible verses at you, although there are some very insightful ones. I just want you to know that God does love you. And this is something that clicked. I had an epiphany the other day. It was crazy because I started bawling while I was rollerblading. I was 5 miles into rollerblading, and I just was crying, ugly crying, as I'm rollerblading, because I listen to Christian music in my ear when I do outdoor cardio. It's happy, it's upbeat. The lyrics help me to reconnect with what's important. It just really lifts me up while I'm doing something to take care of myself. And so here I am listening to this song, and it's by Cochran and Company. I don't even know how to say the name. It's Cochren and Co. Okay, that's the name of the band. And it's called, oh my God, it's not You Can. He Can. Is that what it is? Okay, I think it's one of those. It's He Can, I think. And it's about God's love for you. And it's, the lyrics are something on the lines of, even when I'm a mess, even when I'm, crazy, even when I'm not a good person, or I don't feel like I'm a good person, God loves me just the way I am. And I don't know what it was about that song. It's so catchy. It was so good. And it just really hit something inside of me. And it made me realize, like, all the years I was putting my worth into other people and trying to find somebody to just love me, just hug me, just kiss me, just cuddle me, just be with me, want to spend time with me. I realized that aside from not loving myself, I wasn't even recognizing the deeper picture here. That I am loved beyond measure by God. And even though I can't see him, I can feel it. Have you ever been driving or you think of a past loved one or something and you get goosebumps? That, my friends, is energy at its finest. That is you connecting to the spiritual realm. And it is just the best feeling ever. And I got that feeling listening to this song, and it was like God's arms were wrapped around me, and I felt so, I don't know, saved. I felt amazing. And it inspired me to make this video to help those of you who are struggling with love in your life to know that you are loved just the way you are. And I drew this magnificent photo for you to show you just how much you are loved. Because in today's world, we all like to focus on science, okay? And I'm not a huge science person. I'm not. I feel like everything in life is so perfect and complex that it can't be science. It's not science. There's more to it. I just believe that. And so with this image, this is you. You are a flower. Okay, men, if you're watching this, you're a flower too, okay? Get over it. Or you can be a tree. It's a little more masculine. But for the sake of this photo, we are using a flower, okay? Now, you start as a seed. And while we all need to thank both of our parents for creating us, thank you, parents, they too were created from a little seed, okay? There is faith in this seed. Now, you start as this tiny little microorganism. You can't even see it. And you start there. And you don't even realize how loved you are even in that moment. That moment you become a person, a spirit enters you. And you might be asking why. Maybe you were an accident with your parents, so maybe you weren't wanted. But you have to understand that moment, when you become a spirit, a person inside of your mother's stomach, even if your parents weren't aware it happened, it's not an accident because God loves you. He made you. That's his work. And that's what's so amazing about life and why I'm so passionate about talking about life, because you start from this little seed that people don't even know is happening, but God does. And he loves you so much that he grows you. You start to grow, okay? So you're this little seed and you start to root out and you start to grow, and then you turn into this seedling that sprouts out of the ground. And that is you being born. You are now here. You are in the world. And while your mother and father's love help you grow because they give you all the things that you need to grow, food, water, etc., love, you grow into this flower, and you have to continue having faith as you blossom. Because the minute you start to let dandelions and weeds and, the shade and all this stuff block the light from you, you will start to wilt. And a lot of people grow into these adults and they're wilting. They're wilting because they've lost faith. You need to stay grounded with your faith, but you also need to keep your face towards the sun. You also have to keep looking up. Okay, there's faith in being rooted and recognizing your importance. But then there's faith in everything around you and keeping your face towards the sun. Even on the sun or even on the cloudy days, you need to keep your face up towards the sky. And you will continue to blossom and grow. It's a magnificent process. What this all breaks down to is loving yourself is loving your creator. Because your creator made you. God made you, right? You are a product of his work. He loves you dearly. And when you can start to learn to love yourself, there is this explosive connection between you and the other side, spirituality. And the minute you start to connect to your spirituality, everything I've talked about in all my other videos starts to come together, and your life starts to have a whole new meaning entirely. You start to see everything so differently. But one of the biggest things that a lot of us lack in life is love. Or we think we lack love. We think we lack love, but we don't. You are loved just being here. God loves you no matter your flaws, no matter what you've done, no matter your past. You are loved unconditionally, and it's the most amazing thing to truly accept and embrace. I got goosebumps, not even kidding, I have goosebumps. It's amazing, and I want to spread that word here today for you to truly recognize that you are loved. But in order to love somebody else, as I stated earlier, you need to learn to love yourself just as God loves you. And that is one of the hardest things to do in life because we are so hard on ourselves. We are way too hard on ourselves. You need to understand that the literal thing that made you, the creator that made you, loves you no matter what. Why would you hold anything against yourself? It doesn't make any sense, does it? Science can't play a part in that. It's faith. And so you need to start realizing that no matter what, you're a great person. You are meant to be here. You are meant to be loved. But you got to start loving yourself first. I hope this helped you guys. Until the next video, leave comments below if you have questions. Reach out if you need help. I'm here for you. And I will see you in the next one. Stay Zen, my friends.